Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will be showing you a tour of my iPad, which some of you guys have been requesting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get started. Starting off with the basics, this is the iPad 7th generation 10.2 inch in the color Space Gray. I got this from Power Mac Center online. I'll just put the link down on the description box below in case you guys want to check it out. For the storage, it has only 32 gigabytes, which I think is already enough since I don't really need to store a lot of things here. Also, I chose the one that comes with both the Wi-Fi and cellular feature, which allows me to use my iPad anytime and anywhere, even when there's no Wi-Fi connection available. For the accessories, I got this pink trifold case from my sister's friend shop called Clea Cases. I link it below. This is actually my second one of this exact same design. The first one I bought from Shopee, but I broke it, so I decided to buy another one. I like this one because it looks very simple yet classy, plus it's very convenient. I can fold my iPad in two ways and it has an Apple Pen compartment as well. Currently, I'm using this marble case which has a similar design with my MacBook case. Still, I got this one from Clea Cases for a very affordable price. Unlike the other one, it doesn't have a pen compartment and I can only fold it in one way, but I still like it because it's very thick, which ensures further protection for the iPad. And of course, I also have this paper-like screen protector which I got from Shopee as well. For my pen, I got the Apple Pencil 1st generation with this cute carrot case, which obviously I got from Shopee. I also purchased a few other cases for this, but I wasn't able to bring it here, so I can't really show it to you guys right now. A few of my other accessories include my AirPods, this Logitech keyboard which I mostly use for my laptop, but it works well with the iPad also, and this charger cord protector with a no-face design from Spirited Away, still from Clea Cases. Now let's go to what's really inside my iPad. When you turn on my iPad, you'll see my Sento Chihiro Kamikakushi, or commonly known as Spirited Away wallpaper. For my home screen, I have this Totoro wallpaper which is also super adorable. For the settings I chose the light appearance because I think it's better than the dark one and a lot friendlier for my eyes, I guess. And more for the app icons because I think they look better when they're smaller, and I get to see most of the apps in one page immediately. For my Today view, I just kept it hidden on the side so that I have more space for my applications. I'm not really particular with what I put here, but I just tried to lessen it and just put whatever is important. So here you'll see the time and date, a small calendar for easier access, then the battery percentage of my iPad and some of the devices connected to it like my Apple Pencil and my AirPods. Also at the bottom, I have a few more widgets like the weather forecast and the time zones across the globe, which I both need for my online tutorial classes. And the last one here is just some everyday news and headlines, just to keep myself up to date with what's happening around. So that's it for my Today view. Now let's move on to the main part, which are my applications. Starting off in the dock, these are my mostly used applications, or the ones that I use literally every single day. So I have Safari, Gmail, which is full of unread messages as you can see. I also have Spotify here. Most of the songs I listen to are Korean drama OSTs, Christian songs mostly by Live Loud, Planet Shakers, Hillsong, Victory, and Ablaze, but lately I've been into songs by Jake Scott and also some podcasts by Joy Spring, Talk to Me in Korean.com, and Lavender. And the last one here is GoodNotes. This is actually a paid application, but literally so worth it. I guess this is my main application for school because I store almost all of my lecture notes, worksheets, PDFs, and all sorts of school-related works here, and I literally can't imagine life without this. It's very convenient for me and keeps me super organized, plus it's so easy to use and navigate. I also created my own custom planner here. I'm still getting the hang of it, so it's not too fancy and all. Moving on to the upper portion, let's just skip the default apps that comes with the iPad since I know you guys are mostly familiar with them already. But next to the usual apps, I have my BPI mobile application, which I use mostly for online transactions. Then the calculator app, I had to download this one since iPads doesn't come with a default calculator app, in case you guys did not know. Another paid app is Forest. This is a productivity app which helps you stay focused and stay away from your smartphones as much as possible. However, I don't use this app on my iPad. I just use this mostly on my phone since I have to use my iPad for studying. Now for the folders. First, I have this school folder which contains obviously the apps I use for school. So I have the usual MS Word and PowerPoint here, some Google apps such as Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Drive, and Google Meet. I also have Zoom and Moodle, which is connected to our university website. This is what I use to easily navigate my courses, check some deadlines, and where I also download my notes and some handouts. Next folder I named as Medical. This contains mostly medical related apps which are also very helpful for my classes. I have some drug guide apps such as MIMS, Davis Drug Guide, and Nurse's Drug Handbook. Also, my friend Rachel recommended this Litman app, which is an interactive educational app that allows healthcare professionals or even students to apply their auscultation skills against a library of clinical scenarios. It includes a self-paced lessons with heart and lung sounds, patient scenarios to help improve diagnostic thinking, self-tests to track your progress, a sound library, and more. Also, I have Osmosis, which I think most of us are very familiar with. This definitely is very handy for me, especially when it comes to understanding certain disease conditions. I also have some nursing related quiz-like apps which I use when I'm bored or when I have nothing to do. Next folder contains my creative apps. For video editing, I use the VLLO app. It's free to download, but I purchased the premium version so I get to have access to its full features. I highly recommend this editing app, especially for beginners, since it's very easy to use and it comes with really creative and unique designs and templates for the text, background music, which are royalty-free, transitions, frames, and even motion pictures. Next, I have this preview app. This is like an Instagram planner where you can plan ahead how your content would look like, and you can also rearrange the order of your posts and see whether they match your feed or not. Moving on, I also have this usual VSCO for editing my photos, and for sketching and doodling purposes, I use the Adobe Sketch and Procreate. Adobe Sketch is a free app and is what I've been using to doodle my thumbnails in the past, but later on I decided to purchase the Procreate app since it offers more brushes and better features compared to the other one. But I'm still getting the hang of it because it's a little complicated to navigate compared to the Adobe Sketch app. Next, I have Pinterest, where I get most of my inspo and wallpapers. I also recently discovered these two apps which are recommended by my friend Angela. It's called Oppa and Unidoll. These are apps which you can use to create doll versions of yourself. This is super cute and really fun to use. And the last app in this folder is Canva. This is where I pre-edit my thumbnails, make marketing graphics, make projects, and things like that. Moving on to the next page, I have 5 folders more in here. So first is the shopping folder. These are the usual apps I use for online shopping or whenever I order food as well. Then I have my socials folder, which contains my social media apps, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Hangouts, and of course, YouTube. If you're a content creator, I bet you're also familiar with the YT Studio. This is a very helpful app, especially for people like me who creates content, because this helps me track the progress of my channel and of the individual videos I post. It also notifies me for any new comments on my videos and shows the daily analytics and revenue of my videos as well. Next, I have this pastime folder which contains mostly my entertainment or gaming apps. Among my favorite games are Room Escape and Farmville, and for group games I use the Gartic Riot.io, and Among Us. I also have Mobile Legends here, which honestly I don't know how to use, and also this app I recently discovered called Full Code. Full Code is an emergency medicine simulation app which challenges you to take on complex clinical cases in a realistic 3D emergency room. The library of this app include 105 scenarios with a mix of common occurrences, trauma cases, pediatric patients, life-threatening illnesses, and obscure diseases. The app description says that whether you're a medical student, resident, paramedic, nurse, or even an experienced physician, you will enjoy the challenge of solving full code cases. Apart from those, I also have TikTok and Wattpad, and some streaming apps like Netflix and Vio. Next folder is my organization folder. This contains my organization apps. First I have here is Notion. I don't really use this much on the iPad, I just use it mostly on my laptop. I have Google Calendar also, which helps me keep track of my events and tasks for the month. Then Timetree, which is also like a monthly planner, which allows you to collaborate with other people. Then I have Google Tasks, where I store my important emails that I have to reply to and other important things that I need to be reminded of. And lastly, I have Google Keep. This is literally one of my most favorite apps. This is like a note-taking app which allows me to take note of random creative ideas, images, or just simply list down my to-do list for the day. It's very easy to use and very convenient as well. And finally, I have the language folder. I use two different apps for language learning. First, I used the Busuu app for learning Japanese in the past months, but I wasn't able to continue the moment school started. For learning Korean, I use the Korean Lessons Plus app. This is actually an unofficial app which provides access to Talk to Me in Korean.com's podcast content organized in an easy to navigate interface. It includes their Korean grammar lessons, lesson PDF files, additional audio curriculum, and video content, which is really helpful for learning the Korean language. And that's pretty much it for my iPad tour. There's not much on it, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you so much guys for being here. I love you guys so much, and I'm hoping to see you guys soon on my next video. Bye!